Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fan.
Well, COVID-19 has deeply hurt our community. I recognize that we needed to healing spiritually, healing emotionally, healing physically. That's why we knew we needed a vaccination clinic at 12th Baptist Church.
I just really had a lot of initial hesitation. From hesitation to education is how I got to a point of being more hopeful. When I decided to get the vaccination, I really wanted to come here because I knew we had a site.
I was one of the first people, when I was afforded the opportunity to be vaccinated, to be an example myself.
The vaccination will definitely change life. I want to get back to a life where I can be around my family and friends.
With every vaccination, we're one step closer to hope.
Join us, get vaccinated.
Have hope.
Good morning. Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It is Tuesday. Oh, I've been doing so well. Tuesday, December 28th, 2021. Am I right? Let me see. What's the date? Tuesday, December. I'm right. Tuesday, December 28th, 2021. And welcome into the Java Cafe, Java fam. Let's go in. I really enjoy when I have guests and experts in the room, but I also enjoy the fact when I have the liberty and time to go in and say good morning to everyone. Daryl, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Great morning to you too. Sister Debbie, good morning. Good to see you in the room as always. Mama Java, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Tasha, good morning. Good to see you in the room. My aunt is in the room. Can you all testify that I wished her a happy birthday last week? It was the first thing I did on the 21st. So happy belated birthday to you, Aunt Connie. But we definitely gave you a shout out last week for your birthday. Pastor Marion, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Good to see you. Belinda, good morning. Good to see you in the room. I started counting and ran out of fingers. We are blessed. Absolutely. It is Testimony Tuesday. So as you're saying good morning, put a sentence or two in the comments, a little bit of testimony, not a whole paragraph, but a testimony. We're here for a quick shot this morning. Your boy is a little bit on vacation, but Belinda is letting us know that she is blessed on Testimony Tuesday as we're saying good morning. Hey, beautiful Naraki, good morning. Good to see you in the room. My mother is happy that her sister is in the room as well. And Belinda, thank you. Shout out to Props. He's going to be in here somewhere. He called me at 8:58. Why, I don't know, but that's just what we do. But shout out to Props for the aesthetics and the improvement to the Java Cafe. Rena, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Good to see you in the room. Lisa Michelle has been in the room 2 days in a row. Jesus must be coming. I know, so I'm not going to mess too much. My sister Shamika is in the room. Good morning. My brother Tassant. Yo, bro. What's up, man? Happy holidays to you and yours. Good to see you in the room. Cindy, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Good to see you in the room. Deidre, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room as well. Susie, who I've not seen in the room in a while because she's been working, but on vacation this week. It's good to see you in the room, Susie. Thank you for all the information you share and the support you bring to the Java Cafe. And Vanessa, the niece, is in the room as well. The niece is in the room. Good morning to you. So today is Testimony Tuesday. We're not going to be here for a long time, but Testimony Tuesday is a time for us to share not only accomplishments, but challenges. The Java fam is here to support you in what you're dealing with and the things that you are testifying about. Tassant is letting us know you as well, my guy. Family's still asleep, so I can get some Java time and catch up with you. Bro, it's good to see you in the room, man. Give the wife my best. Give her my best. On Testimony Tuesday, I wanted to check in with you all and just remind you that, you know, we're still in something called COVID-19. And with this, Delta, Omicron variant, we definitely need to be consistent with our testing. Speaking of testing, I know when someone raised this yesterday around the accuracy of the home test. And so Dr. Basola right now from the Boston Public Health Commission, we're looking at bringing her in the room tomorrow to talk about the accuracy of testing. Lisa shared the importance of after you get do a home test, it may be important to go get your PCR test, a professional test. And so just to have confidence, we understand that even with those, there have been some false positives and at worst some false negatives. And so I think someone said yesterday that we should act like everyone around us has the virus and we should act like we have it when it comes to wearing masks and protecting ourselves. And again, the number one way that you can prevent severe symptoms, hospitalizations, and at the worst case scenario, death is to get vaccinated and boosted. And so please keep that in mind. Pastor Marion, going back to the comments here, Pastor Marion is letting us know she is so very grateful. And Sister Rena is trusting the process. Lisa said her testimony is, I know me and my God be talking. Lisa, listen. Lisa is on some stuff. Everything that she said in the past couple of years has come to pass. And Bishop Bragg used to teach the true testimony of a prophecy. Is its ability to come to pass. And so even if it takes time, but in Lisa's case, this stuff has been happening kind of quickly. So what is it? What was the old thing? E.F. Hutton, when E.F. Hutton talks, I don't remember. It was a commercial that was out when I was little. But Lisa, her testimony is that her and God be talking. There is props. You was getting, got a couple of shout outs in the room this morning in reference to the aesthetics of Java with Jimmy. So, bro, I appreciate you. And Ma is saying good morning to D and L. Belinda is letting us know the CD. So one of the frustrating things around this novel virus is that they are currently in the process of learning about it. Novel means new. And so are there some things that the CDC, after they look at the most recent after they look at the most recent virus data, they do update and make some decisions. And so I know it is kind of interesting. Some people are pushing back on Belinda's point here. 5 days, they cut it in half. I will say that we are in a different space, and Dr. Basola has mentioned this as well from the Boston Health Commission. This year, we have the vaccine. And so, very interestingly so, Massachusetts is at a 9.7 positivity rate. The state of Massachusetts is about to cross the million positive for COVID. The residents here, we're about to cross over into 1 million. From the time we started testing until now, we are close to 1 million people within Massachusetts getting the virus. There is a difference because we have the vaccination, but the vaccination is no good sitting there in the syringe and you don't get it. And so there's a lot of information being updated as we are in this novel virus. And it's just important that we trust the science, we trust the data. Do we have trust issues when it comes to medicine and the government? Oh, hell yes. And it's evident in some things right now. However, this has now become an issue, or it's always been an issue of health equity. And so we need to be here to be around for everything that our ancestors, our grandparents, and everyone fought for. We need to be here. In the past few days, I know of some people who have died and it could have been prevented if they had the vaccination. And some people may push back, and James, you're forcing it. Listen, at this point, I don't have time for foolishness, crazy, stupid, dumb conspiracy theories. This is a matter of life and death. And so the vaccination is the best thing to prevent you from getting serious symptoms, from you getting hospitalized, and from you dying, period. Let's go back to the comment. Shamika, oh, I see. Seriously, Lord Jesus, what's this going to be followed up by? Seriously, we have to become comfortable. I'm grateful just to be here one more day. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shamika, we have become comfortable. And I think that's sort of a natural thing. We want to get back to some normalcy, of life and being able to fellowship. But the truth of the matter is, this thing is not over and we are still in it. Rachel with the keys. Good morning. Good to see you in the room. I'm glad that you are resting. Ma is saying good morning to my brother and her adopted son. Props. Cliff, brother, good to see you in the room. Good to see. I know you're going to be busy next year. There's a whole bunch of races going on. Hi, Cliff. How you doing, brother? Cindy is saying, stop taking mask off to take photos. As a person who had COVID for Christmas last year, I'm begging you to prevent the virus by protecting yourselves and others. And to Shamika's point, Cindy, I mean, I'm guilty of it. Y'all seen some pictures with my mask off, but I also know that those folks are vaccinated. But we have to keep in mind that there are breakthrough cases. And so I believe the best advice that was given yesterday, and I think Lisa said it, is to act like we have the virus and act like folks around us have it, and move in that spirit of protection. And so, yeah, to Shamika's point, we have got comfortable, and we cannot get too comfortable, because it is very serious, and the death rate that I'm personally aware of is growing daily. And so, we don't want to be here this time next year talking again about the first, as we did last week, from many of our families. I need to share some information with you. When we talk about the first of our families, we often talk about those that have passed due to COVID, and also those that have transitioned due to violence and domestic violence. And so we're going to go in, and Heidi is letting us know when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. And so I'm not E.F. Hutton, but listen. Please listen to the information of the scientists and the doctors. Good morning, mother. And I just figured out what my mother and Lisa, what their little codes are. My mother says, good morning, DNL. And I'm thinking she's saying good morning to Deidre and Lisa. And Lisa is coming in saying good morning to her mother-in-law. I cannot take y'all. There's a whole culture that is formed in the Java Cafe, and I love and appreciate you guys for it. Everybody listens the end of his sentence. E.F. Hutton, not me, Jesus, Deidre. Shamika, Lisa and Shamika are saying good morning. Y'all text each other. No, sir, I'm messing. Heidi, there are over 20,000 people that have died in Massachusetts. And we're going back up to death rates where they're over the 20s again. And so we need to, when there are issues in this country, when people are being impacted negatively, it goes without saying that guess at the bottom, at the end of it all, guess who are impacted the worst and the most? People that look like the majority of you and I in this room today, Black and brown folks. And so we need to be very aware and aggressive in doing what it is that we need to do to protect ourselves. The vaccination does not prevent you from getting COVID-19. However, it does prevent you from dealing with severe symptoms, hospitalizations, and deaths. I say it about 10 times a show to make sure that it's out there, and we understand that it's not the vaccination was not designed to make us sterile, to take us out, to kill Black and brown people, to put chips in us so we can be tracked. And if you have a cell phone, even if that was the case, you're already being tracked. So I'm going to be good today, because I'm seeing some stuff online and it's ridiculous. It's foolishness. Stop it and let people live. T.I., Jimmy, you will have the NOI or other anti-jab believers on your show in the future, looking to hear and learn from other perspectives, please. Thank you. I am not, listen, I'm giving no space, and I consider myself to be very balanced, but I'm not giving any space in this platform to anybody that's on here talking foolishness. And that's no disrespect to you, T, but it just, nope. Even when I'm commenting, Dr. Basola and Dr. Sanchez were on the other day, and on YouTube, some interesting folks got on and were commenting, and they got blocked. And so my perspective is, and the perspective of the doctors and the scientists, a lot of them happen to be Black and brown. I'm going with them, and any other perspectives, they can do that somewhere else. But in the Java Cafe, we are promoting data, science, and favorability toward getting, maybe not the right word, but I've become a little more vocal in being assertive about folks getting the vaccination, because there's been a lot of time that has passed. As I've said before, prominent Black and brown nurses, doctors, celebrities, basketball players, all type of athletes, politicians that have gotten a vaccination and boosted beyond 6 months, and there is no reporting of this mass chain reaction of Black and brown people. And so, sorry, T, didn't mean to go that deep, but if I understood the request, Jimmy, you will have the who is a Nation of Islam or other anti-jab believers, and see, even in that anti-jab, yeah, no, I'm sorry, with all due to them, not here, not giving them any space, any time, because again, this is a matter of life and death, and I just, for me personally, I can't perpetuate misinformation. Props is saying, James won't say it, but I'm going to tell y'all, stay home this New Year's Eve. Listen, Props, I'm Jesus, Lord have mercy. I'm close. I'm being very, even in my response to T, I'm trying to be very balanced, and considerate, but this thing has crossed a threshold where on my timeline and through text and others, it's getting up to like 7 and 8 people testing positive. And the death rate and what I'm seeing in the timeline, like, what more is it going to take for people to understand that this is real? What more is it going to take for people to understand that the data is showing that last number I saw, 93% of the people that are being hospitalized are those that are not vaccinated? I don't know what it's going to take. And it's quite concerning. So to Prop's point, New Year's Eve, the numbers from Christmas aren't out yet. And then we have New Year's Eve. And so they're predicting this big surge somewhere around the middle of January. And so we have to be careful. We have to be careful. Shamika is saying most recently people have been dying with the vaccination. Just mask up and be careful. I'm not aware of a lot of people. The percentages, as I said, the last number, and that was around hospitalization, Shamika. So hopefully, if Dr. Basola comes tomorrow, I'm not sure if I can get over to there what data points we're looking for. They're getting data kind of in real time, but that's a number that we need to look at. But whatever the case, it is less. People that have the vaccination and it have been boosted are nowhere near the amount of people who are not vaccinated, who are dealing with severe symptoms, hospitalizations, and in worst case scenario, death. I love y'all, and I want y'all to be here. I've been sending out texts to some folks and like, yo, you need to get vaccinated. And my language has become very assertive, and they respond with some stuff. And I'm like, I'm not hearing that. Yes, I might be classified as being a little ignorant, or not ignorant, but rude. Because at this point, I love you. And I'm employing some tough love to try to help you be here. Jesus, Lord, help us today. Woo. Heidi is letting us know this is the new normal. Shamika is saying good morning to Lisa. Will, good morning, brother. Good to see you in the room. Good to see you in the room, brother. Cliff is saying he's getting I will be getting next week 10,000 test kits. Phil, you getting 10,000 test kits, Lord Jesus. I'm in talks now with the agency that I might have test kits here. I am in a location that is between a health center, way up the street in Codman Square, and the nearest BCYF center is at the Mildred, which is on the other side of Norfolk. And so I have had some preliminary conversations where people may be able to text and say, hey, I would like to get a couple of test kits. I'll let them know, and they can shoot by here and pick up the test kits. And so I'm working out those details now. I'm not sure if that's definitely going to be the case, but I have availed myself to do that. And so stay tuned for that. But as of next week, if you all need more test kits and you can't get them from the city of Boston, we know the feds are going to mail them out as well. You can hit up Cliff and ask him for a test kit. My daughter, Angie, is in the room. Good to see you in the room, daughter. Good to see you in the room. Cindy, unless you are compromise. And Cindy, I didn't miss the previous point. I missed the previous point, rather. Sorry about that. Heidi, she's saying right and foolishness. And I don't mean to be fussing, but I'm very concerned. I'm very, very concerned about this. And we haven't hit the time of the prediction of the surge. And if you look at the numbers just now, these are post-Thanksgiving, almost second and third tier exposures. And what I mean by second and third tier is the people got exposed around Thanksgiving, may have got it and been positive. Then they exposed somebody else, and that's probably another 3 to 5 days out. And then they may have exposed somebody. And so I just can't believe that we're back here. All right, I'm going to stay focused. Rob, as much as I love you and I know you're messing, this is this type of foolishness, not from you, but this is this type of crap that's out there. Robert, I'm not. Ma, get your son talking about if it makes you. Rob, do you know how many implications are in that? I'm not messing with you. Belinda, her testimony is, I'm glad to be alive. Pastor Marion is as wonderful and graceful as she is. When she has an opinion like this, she makes it known. Absolutely ridiculous. And this is no slight to the individual or to the people that are asserting such foolishness. For various reasons, people have trust issues with government, not valid reasons. People have trust issues with government, medicine. We know both of those entities have not always treated Black and brown people well. However, and Dr. Alabre said it well, in these systems and in government and in data and in science, we got Black and brown folks, woke Black and brown folks that are in there informing processes, speaking up about equity. And we also found out that there were Black and brown people that were at greater numbers than we thought in the trials. Let me back up. I believe he was talking specifically about the pediatric trial for children ages 5 through 11 getting the vaccination. So let me be clear about that. And let me be honest with you. Some of these conspiracy theories that Black and brown people are out there propagating and promoting didn't start with Black and brown people. Now let's talk about conspiracies. I'll believe one that it started by white supremacists to fight us or to keep us in a space where we won't be healthy and get the vaccination. If you will allow me to assert that conspiracy, if we go and start. Let me go back to the comments, Jesus, because my right foot is shaking, and that's not a good indicator. These folks are sickening. Cindy, literally. If it makes you, Robert, I will be getting 10,000 test kits. Place your order now. Call me. Place your order. Call me. There's the number for that. And so you can get your test kits from Cliff. I know you're getting 10,000, so I presume you will be giving them out to the community. So there's the information right there. If you cannot get them from a community center, if you cannot get them from a library, if you cannot get them from a health center, Cliff is availing the test kits. I'm trusting the integrity of them is straight because that's a lot of test kits, bro. And speaking of that, just once again, we have Dr. Basola right now slated. And yes, Heidi, I'm breathing, I'm behaving. T.I., thank you. And I'm so glad to see the sentiment because I never, in my aggressiveness in spaces like this, I never want to come off to a point where I'm offensive to anyone. But I'm glad we're good. And I wish I had the daggone business card here. Hold on. Because while we're talking about testimony, and I got it. I was supposed to do this last week, but let me just do it right now. While we're talking about the vaccination and whatnot, and T is in the room, I wanted to let you know that she is a good sister that has a business called Nubian Wellbeing Botanics. And she has oils, burning oils, and I believe body oils as well. And so you can check her out at T Wellbeing, and that's TEA as in the tea we drink, opposite of Java. No offense. Now I'll mess with you with that one. No, sir. But you can hit TEA.wellbeing.healing@gmail.com. And you can hit Tika Isaac, which is my middle name. Tika Isaac, who is the owner. She's from Roxbury. Nubian Well-Being Botanics. And so thank you so much for that, T, and understanding my perspective. But at this point, I am just, whew, as Heidi said, I'm going to breathe. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the sister up and get you some oils, some burning oils. And she has some other stuff I seen down at the down in Nubian Square a few weeks ago. Rob, Mob, text Rob. Cindy is saying DJ G Clef is doing an online New Year's Eve party. Guess where I'll be partying in my living room. Remember him from the exit? No, Cindy, I don't remember him from the Essex Club. That's what I get for being smart. I love you, Mother Hip Hop. Heidi is saying, haven't heard that at all. Not sure what that was in reference to. Sister Soraya, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Good to see you. Rob is boosted. Not only his vaccination. Rob ain't playing with this. Rob and I talked early on. He is not playing with this at all. Angie, we love you. I love you. And thank you, Angie. Thank you for the love. My Aunt Connie is saying, look, mandatory vaccinations for children to keep us healthy. It only makes sense that if you are not allergic to one of the priorities in the vaccine, I strongly say get the vaccine. Watch science fiction movies. They start with an ounce of truth and then imaginations run wild. But truth is, the germ is out there. Vaccinate and protect yourself and family. And that comes from my aunt. And if I'm right, I think my aunt is older than my mother. So that comes from Aunt Connie here in the Java Cafe. Auntie Java. I'm sorry. A serious subject, but you know, we make light because this is how we get, not make light, but we joke in some things when we're dealing with things seriously. So Auntie Java, along with Mama Java, said y'all need to get y'all vaccine. Nariki is getting her booster on Friday morning. Nariki, I need to figure out how to meet up with you because I wanted to do that last Saturday. So you can go ahead and get you and your daughter the makeover. And so let's schedule that for the first of the year. Just swing by and we'll do the friendly handshake. And who else is saying what? I have a home test kits for our senior community. So Shamika, if you know some seniors that need to be tested and they may need some assistance. And so don't just drop off the test kit. Now be protected, wear your mask, have your sanitizer, but some of the seniors may need assistance as well. And so again, Dr. Basola is going to come and talk about how to take the tests accurately. There's a video that I shared on Java with Jimmy from the CDC that talks about taking the test accurately. And so please check that out. And Mother's praying, yes, Father God, open up their mind. Ma is not playing. Kelly, good morning. Good to see you in the room. I'm glad you made it late, but I'm glad you're here. Better late than never. Good to see you in the room. All right. Props is saying y'all want to party with me virtually on New Year's Eve. So Props is offering something as well. I was asked by the city yesterday what I'm doing for New Year's Eve. So I was just told they'll get back to me. So I don't know what is going on for New Year's Eve. I know the city is still having their not national night out, first night activities, which I believe are primarily going to be outside. But stay tuned. Right now, there's nothing in the works for the Java Cafe crossing over. That's usually my time with me and Jesus by myself, reflective of the past year and prayerful and hopeful for the next year. And so, but given the circumstances, if the opportunity presents itself and we can gather to be safe, y'all know me, I'll sacrifice and be in here at 11:45. And with a spirit of celebration. And I'll leave that right. Leave that right there. All right. I'm getting ready to get off of here. It's 9:32. I've met the half an hour. Lasagna hasn't got on and told me I'm getting off too quick. So I think I'm okay. Understand, but keep the conspiracy theories to yourself. Y'all know Heidi. I can hear her saying that. Rob is saying if they wanted to harm black and brown people, they wouldn't do it in a shot that black and brown people almost pulled my headphones out. Rob, where would they put it? There'd be a lot of. I'm not going to get in trouble and talk about what they would do if they was really trying to get us, because then folks are going to be like, James, you're forcing it. Yeah, 45 talking about it's a hoax, but he got vaxxed and boosted. I just it baffles me. and is almost unfathomable, but it can't be because we're here having the conversation, that we're still here. There's some people right now that I could bring on this screen and can verify for you that this thing is real. There is one of the most woke brothers aware of conspiracy theories, but don't go too deep into it, that got online yesterday and talked about he tested positive for COVID. And it's online, so I'll go ahead and say it. Yoga Mike Massey got on and was very transparent about some things going on in his life, but he gave credence to the fact that had he not had the vaccination, things may have been a little worse. And he talked about that this thing is real because his brother died. As Heidi said, I'm going to breathe. And again, most of the folks here in the room, I'm preaching to the choir. So, we need to figure out how we get proper information and ensure that people that have wrong information get the correct information and consider. And if you were to survey a lot of them, I would not almost guarantee, I'd say at least 80% of them have someone that died close to them from COVID. And we've seen all the footage from CNN and other people. Folks tested positive. They was anti-vax. They went through a bout of COVID, and now they waiting to get the vaccination so they don't have to go through it again. And getting COVID is not your vaccination. Jesus, God, today. All right, I'm getting ready to go. Pastor Barry said, who's creating those 10,000? Cliff, just be sure that I know your motive is good in doing for the hood, but just 10,000 is a lot, Jesus. And if you got that from the city of Boston or whatever, listen, Cliff moves in some spaces with a lot of elected. So just to put that out there as well. But Cliff, just be sure that those are straight for your own integrity and character. And also, most importantly, for the health and the real accuracy of the community that gets those tests from you, sir. In all seriousness, no disrespect at all, bro. None at all. Sister Soraya is saying good morning to my mom. Nubian Wellbeing Botanics. Give thanks, Jimmy. I saw that you're an Isaac. Yes, I am. T, don't start. Yes, I am a project. I am an Isaac Isaac project. We might have tapped into something. Shalia, good morning, hun. Good to see. I'm enjoying everything you're posting on and making Marty take Christmas pictures. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying your transparency and how you're embracing alopecia and just being the beautiful, wonderful queen that you are. Shout out to my brother Kev, your husband there. Lawrence and Mary. Lawrence, this dude has been so shady with his posts lately. Lawrence, good to see you in the room, brother. Good to see you in the room. Uh-oh. All right, I'm getting ready to go, and Uncle Thaddeus is in the room. Just a praise report for you guys. Thaddeus sent me a picture yesterday. A couple of weeks ago, I asked you guys to keep his mom in prayer, and mother was smiling and looking good, and Thaddeus was smiling as well, and they look so much alike. And so just to update for you all. Also, I heard from Kathy last week. The diagnosis that mass ear and eye infirmary gave her hearing is progressing and it's getting better. It's not 100, but thank you all that prayed for Mother Miles and also prayed for Kathy. It's Testimony Tuesday, so just to put that out there. And Rob Moss said behave. Quincy, I don't have no water here today, but I'm going to go drink some after. I'm trying to drink 10 ounces of water every morning before I drink my coffee. So I am working on that. All right, folks, I'm getting ready to wrap up and get off of here. Let's see what Mama Diggs, Mama Hip Hop is saying. That's because you weren't allowed off the porch. Laugh out loud. Ma, Cindy's in here talking trash, but we wasn't. We could only go out in the front and in the back when we was over at 106 Heath Street. All right, folks, I'm getting ready to wrap up. It's been a nice edition of Java with Jimmy today. I miss this. This is where we started, this interaction and me running my mouth. I love the experts. We need the experts. We need the guests. We need those that speak to the themes of the day. But this right here, this is a true essence of the Java Cafe. And so I'm enjoying it today. And we've shared some, oh, Jesus. I'm seeing people in the room, so I know that's another 10 minutes. Dalita is in the room. If you all remember, she's going to get me. At the Java Cafe, we talked about the fact that when we talk Black Boston, We need to ensure that we include the immigrant community as well. And so this is the sister that was talking to me about that. And she's saying, morning Java fam, had my booster last week and I feel good, but New Year's Eve is still going to be. Dalita, you wasn't even in here a few minutes ago. And folks are saying the same thing, that New Year's Eve is going to be Jesus. And so listen, I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. Christmas is a little bit different. Christmas is a time of eating and with family, exchanging gifts. Thanksgiving and Christmas have that family feel. By my experience, not for everyone, but generally speaking, New Year's Eve is about a turn up. Not a necessity. And some people do celebrate with their family or go see them on New Year's Day. But, you know, if folks were exposed during a less of a turn up time, during Thanksgiving and during dinner during Christmas, and you know, yes, they were around each other maybe and sitting at a table and things like that. There was exposure there, not a bunch of huffing and puffing and dancing and frolicking and whatnot that typically happens in parties. And so if you're in a turn up on New Year's Eve, the likeliness of your mask slipping, that's if everybody's wearing a mask, the likeliness of you, you know, what's the word? Consuming some libations, either in liquid form or consuming some green and smoke or edible form, you're a little less likely to be on your P's and Q's. And so, and then we know there's a hookup factor that happens in or at the club. And so the likeliness of more spread after New Year's Eve is high. All that dissertation and running my mouth to say, please consider staying around. I can't believe I'm going back to this. I haven't said this in months. The people that you have been around, be around them. But when you start considering being around new people and you don't know the status of their vaccination or their positive, whether they're positive or not, you're putting yourself at risk. And as Shamika said, have we all become a little more comfortable? Have we all become a little more relaxed? Yes, we have. But some of us, hi, James, have stopped short of slipping back into the I'm staying in the house. I've been back in Boston for 6 weeks. Ain't booked a vacation, ain't and is bothering me. But I'd rather be here next year to be able to take more. So we'll leave that at that. All right, I'm getting ready to go. Essential Employees Lives Matter is handing out home test kits also. So between Cliff and Lisa, home test kits are available. And also, I cannot say it enough, follow the directions. I know a lot of people have taken one and they've taken another just to be sure because, you know, you are taking them at home and we're not medical professionals. Could there possibly be a mistake? And here's the other thing. If you test positive and you're sure, allow your integrity to kick in, quarantine yourself for 5 days. That's the latest outcome, the latest recommendation from the CDC down to 5 days. I'm not a physician. If their data and science shows that 5 days, I'm just a little concerned. I'm not going to assert my concerns. Listen to the data, listen to the scientists, and listen to the doctors. First of all, Cindy, I'm not really going anywhere. And if something winds up happening with the city to help them out or whatever, and they did say I wouldn't have to go anywhere. So I don't know what I'm waiting to hear from them. But please take a test to ensure you're negative before you receive your booster. Absolutely, Shamika. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Can you bring me to Lisa? Your mother-in-law needs 2 tests. And so y'all can connect with each other on Facebook, y'all mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. All right, folks, I'm definitely really getting ready to wrap up now. Naraki, Heidi Ivy, it got rescheduled. Pastor wants to make sure it's done correctly. As of right now, it'll be in the spring. All right, y'all are handling that. Belinda is saying data in science, this virus has already been released with 4 variants. Almost guaranteed to get all of them. Life will survive. There ain't no community. And so we need to definitely be vigilant. Lord Jesus, I'm getting off of here because I can't even talk straight. We need to stay concerned, informed, educated, and aware and aggressive around the fact of what we're doing to prevent ourselves from getting severe symptoms and also being hospitalized and dying. Simple as that. Aunt Connie done put her age out here. Aunt Connie says she's 67 with lung issues and protect my temple. Absolutely, Auntie. Absolutely. Cindy is saying that's because he sets fires and runs, then lets others run with it, then ran, and we ran with it too. I hope you're not talking about me, Cindy. I'm going to behave. All right, I'm getting off of here. Chris Worrell is in the room. Appreciate you, brother, just for calling and saying Merry Christmas. I know there was something more to that. And I did get to speak to Counselor-elect Worrell, your brother, yesterday. And actually, I have a call with him at 10 o'clock. So, Chris, good to see you in the room. Good to see you in the room. All right, folks, I'm getting ready to go. All right, T and my mother are going in. I am getting off of here. Thaddeus is saying thank you for the prayers, everyone. I'm sure Kathy is as well. And I see the salutations and greetings. Spark the Funky and Frenzy. What's up, bro? I believe. How you doing? Over there on we got people listening in from YouTube. Okay, guys, we're expanding and commenting. All right, listen. Prop said he'll say what I won't say. And even our churches going to have to consider watch night. All right, I'm definitely getting ready to go now. I think I am caught up with everything. Shalia said, y'all stay for me 10 to 14 days. I'm not messing with you. I'm not messing with you. Shamika, hello. All right. So, Shamika, if you don't mind, send me info where folks can get in touch with you or your preferred way. I have your cell and email. Shamika has tests that are specifically for grandparents. I don't believe she's saying that she services the elderly, but she has her tests just for seniors. And so reach out to her. And also, this is a whole nother conversation in itself about the equity when it comes to the LGBTQI community. And not just within the community, because there are those that are part of this community and heterosexual as well that have to consider if they are HIV positive or have AIDS. And so we did this, Quincy, this thing right here. Push me on this, sir, to talk about this. All right, guys. I'm going to get off of here. And Ma said she's going to be home by herself this year. You're not by yourself, Ma. Folks are there with you in spirit and you and Jesus, just like I'm going to be here with me and Jesus on New Year's Eve. That's it for me, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in today. Today was kind of an extended and me rambling a little bit, but it is in love to ensure that we are here next year for all that 2022 has to offer. And I really am praying and believe God to put an ease in it, because the past 2 years have been very, very interesting on us as a people, as humanity, as Black and brown people, with all that came with the recognition of those 8 minutes and some odd seconds where we saw centuries of systemic racism played out in front of us, 8 minutes and some seconds via George Floyd's death. And so, yes, we can petition God and say, God, give us a break, cushion even the impact of our ways. And I felt something on my shoulder, so I'm going to get ready to go, and I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, Cindy's talking about what's his face? 45 Trump. What's his name? He who occupies the White House. All right, Pastor Marion says she's going to be tuning in on Facebook and YouTube. All right, guys, you know when I stay in them comments, I'll be on a little bit longer. I have a 10 o'clock to get ready for. I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. The Health Commission is going to confirm by noon if Dr. Basola is going to come either tomorrow or Thursday. They're getting ready for everything they need to do with the Health Commission for New Year's Eve. And so they said tomorrow does look like the best day that she can come on. So I'll put a flyer together if she's scheduled to come on. I did let them know that I would like the ability to ask some questions. And so we may have that available when Dr. B comes on. All right. That's it for me, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Peace.